Updated October 13, 2017 09:09:09. The United States is withdrawing from UNESCO, the United Nations Cultural and Educational Agency, the U.S. State Department has said in a statement, citing anti-Israel bias and funding issues. Key points: UNESCO is best known for its World Heritage sites and cultural programs. The move will cut nearly a quarter of the organization's future budget. Stonehenge in the UK and Palmyra in Syria are two famed UNESCO sites. This decision was not taken lightly, and reflects U.S. concerns with mounting arrears at UNESCO, the need for fundamental reform in the organization, and continuing anti-Israel bias at UNESCO, the department said, adding that the U.S. would seek to remain engaged, as a non-member observer state, in order to contribute U.S. views, perspectives, and expertise. Hours after the announcement, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in a statement that Israel was preparing to pull out of UNESCO as well. The Israeli leader called the U.S. decision to exit UNESCO brave and moral, and added that instructions had been given to the foreign ministry to begin preparations for leaving the organization. Washington has already withheld its funding for UNESCO since 2011, when the body admitted Palestine as a full member. The US and Israel were among just 14 of 194 members that voted against admitting the Palestinians. U.S. arrears on its $80 million $100 million annual dues, which accounted for nearly a quarter of UNESCO's funding, since then are now over $500 million $640 million. Proponents say the withdrawal and resultant halting of arrears payments would send a strong message to the global cultural organization, while critics say the move removes crucial future funds to maintain global heritage sites and educational programs. Although Washington supports a future independent Palestinian state, it says this should emerge out of peace talks, and it considers it unhelpful for international organizations to admit Palestine until negotiations are complete. UNESCO promoting fake history. UNESCO is best known for its World Heritage program to protect cultural sites and traditions around the world. In recent years, Israel has repeatedly complained about what it says is the body taking sides in disputes over cultural heritage sites in Jerusalem and the Palestinian territories. Today is a new day at the UN, where there is price to pay for discrimination against Israel, Israel's ambassador to the UN Danny Danon said. Mr. Netanyahu told world leaders at the UN General Assembly last month that UNESCO was promoting fake history after it designated Hebron and the two adjoined shrines at its heart, the Jewish Tomb of the Patriarchs and the Muslim Ibrahimi Mosque, as a Palestinian World Heritage Site in danger. An Arab-backed UNESCO resolution last year condemned Israelis' policies at religious sites in East Jerusalem and the West Bank. UNESCO expressed regret over the U.S.'s official decision to leave its organization. After receiving official notification by the United States Secretary of State, Mr. Rex Tillerson, as UNESCO Director General, I wish to express profound regret at the decision of the United States of America to withdraw from UNESCO, UNESCO Director General Irina Bokova said in a statement. Ms. Bokova added that the U.S. decision marked a loss for multilateralism and for the UN family. The announcement comes as UNESCO is voting to choose a new director this week, intense balloting overshadowed by the agency's funding troubles and divisions over Palestinian membership. Many saw the vote to include Palestine as evidence of long-running, ingrained anti-Israel bias within the UN, where Israel and its allies are far outnumbered by Arab countries and their supporters. A spokesman for Prime Minister Theresa May said Britain remained committed to UNESCO. The government is committed to continued UK membership of UNESCO and to working with other member states in support of its important work, the spokesman said. But obviously the US relationship with UNESCO is a matter for them. The agency also works to improve education for girls in desperately poor countries and in scientific fields, to promote better understanding of the horrors of the Holocaust and to defend media freedom, among other activities. The Trump administration has been preparing for a likely withdrawal for months, and a decision was expected before the end of the year, according to U.S. officials. Several diplomats who were to have been posted to the mission were told that their positions were on hold and advised to seek other jobs. The U.S. pulled out of UNESCO in the 1980s because Washington viewed it as mismanaged and used for political reasons, then rejoined the organization in 2003. Operators Topics Treaties and Alliances, Agreements and Treaties, United States first posted October 13, 2017 012058.